Hey y'all, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you from. We back at it at the Young Thug YSL Rico trial, day 80, and on stand we're gonna have guy by nickname Annette. He was one she said he was the mom said he wasn't in the YSL game. So but anyway, the prosecutor gonna start out, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna break it down or what's going on in this case. Now, what I think is my opinion. What I want to say is my opinion. So you speak your opinion and don't opinionate what I said, and go ahead on and put your opinion, what you think about what's going on in this case, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and everything. I say it's allegedly, okay. Um, all right, let's go.
Yes. Okay. Hi, my name is Shawana, Shawonna. Last name Edmond, Edmond.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Ms. Edna, would you tell the jury who you are in relation to Donovan Thomas?
Hi, I'm Shawana Edmond. I'm Donovan Thomas's mother.
I'm going to show you what I have marked as State's Exhibit 3, Yankee. And I will show it to counsel for the defense, having previously provided.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
If they are interested.
You can, sir.
Y'all, the lady who on the stand that's nut, that was one of the guys did crime also, allegedly. I'm gonna skip it, y'all.
All right, can we summon our witness, please? Just take it back to the desk, we'll make it look. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Or she can go to 8H. Or she can go to 8H.
Now, why she get in front of the camera? Now, me love, know that camera is right there.
Okay,
Why is she in front of the
you may
camera?
continue, madam.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Edmond, I'm going to show you what I have marked as State's Exhibit 3, Y for Yankee, and ask you if you recognize the person depicted in the photograph that is labeled State's Exhibit 3, Y.
Yes.
How do you recognize that person?
That's my son, Donovan Thomas.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of your son, Donovan Thomas, in life?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state tender states Exhibit 3, Yankee, as evidence.
Any further objection to the otherwise hasn't been noted? All right.
Y'all, I apologize for the noise. I'm getting my yard.
Yankee over objection. It may be published as you see fit. Ms. Love, hold on one second. Madam, in the front row.
Why is she in front of the camera?
The small child.
I mean, you know.
Madam?
Hold on, y'all.
No.
What I'm saying is, listen. He want to tell that lady about her child. Why don't you tell Miss Love to get off in front of the camera and stand over there in the middle, Judge? We can't even see this lady. That cameraman told her 5 or 6 times, excuse me, ma'am. And she continues to stand in the camera way. God, what is this? It is.
You can stand in the vestibule and you can still listen, or you can go
But
to
you want to tell her about her child.
Still able to see it, okay? Because I can't compete with your little one. All right, thank you.
Now watch Miss Love come get right back in front of the witness. In the camera. Look, she in the camera again. Nobody want to see
Go
her.
right ahead.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm
Tell
sorry.
the jury who it is that is depicted on State's Exhibit 3, Yankee.
That's my son, Donovan Thomas Jr.
Y'all, here go Donovan.
And did you call him Donovan Thomas Jr.? Did you have another name for him?
Yeah, we call him Peanut.
Where did that name come from?
Just him growing up, he was smaller than he was, and as you know now. And we just thought when he was born, he was just a cute little peanut, and that name just grew with him.
Can't even see her.
When was he born?
April the 4th, 1988.
Come on, Miss Love.
And when was
You
the
know,
last-
you know the camera right there behind you. Now, why are we being rude in this courtroom? What is going on in this courtroom? You know the camera right there. Why would you want to stand right there in front of the camera? We want to see the witness. You know what, y'all? I'm sorry about this. Let me tell y'all something. When it comes to, y'all better pay attention to what goes on in these courts. Okay? What's going on? Judge, ask that lady will she stand over there. Make sure that the lawyers stay away from the camera so we can see what's going on. It is not about these attorneys in this court. It's not about the judge. It's not about the secretary, about nobody but this. What happened to that bus? I guess that's what it is. What happened to Donovan, who shot Donovan? What's going on? We cannot see the witness. Every time a female witness come in here to tell the story, she stands in the camera. Except for that police officer lady. Now we need to see this woman and hear her. I can't see. All I see is hair in a pink. Let me hush. Excuse me, y'all. It just upsets
Are your
me.
child alive?
I can't even see the witness. Obviously, it's a pink jacket.
The last time,
Can't even see the lady. He asked her could she move over, and this is what she did. Judge ain't said nothing.
give me a minute, please.
Y'all be and that woman just that woman lost her son, and whoever did it
Friday
be
night.
locked up.
I always came to the house, and we,
What date is that? Tell me.
the date,
Do you have any objections, sir?
January the 9th. January the 9th, I'm sorry.
I'll rule the objection, sir. Objections, I should say.
January the 9th, 2015. January the 9th, 2015.
And how old was your son when you last saw him?
He was 26 years old.
Did he go to school in Atlanta?
Yes, he attended Washington High School.
Sure.
Not a background.
But let's get to it, miss. Let's get to it. It's marginally relevant, so let's move on.
Yes, Your Honor. Was Donovan your only child?
No, I have one other oldest son. Donovan was the baby.
And did Donovan have children?
Yes, Donovan have 2 kids.
I can't show the witness, Josh,
Objection.
because she's standing in front of the camera. And I don't want to see no coat.
Do you remember the last day that you talked to your son? And Your Honor, I'm gonna go right into something else after this.
All right.
But you can't do that, Your Honor. She can't let her answer the question and then do it the way she do. Let me calm down. It should be nuts. It should be nuts.
Last day that you talked to your son?
Yes, I spoke with him January the 10th,
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
2015, that morning, well, it was afternoon.
Do you remember around what time?
It was between maybe 2 and 4. I was at my flea market and he called me.
Now, backing up to the day before when you said that you last saw him, did your son drive at that time?
Yes, he did.
And what kind of vehicle did he drive?
He drove a blue 2007 Chevrolet Tahoe.
And was he driving it the last time that you saw him?
Yes.
When you talked to your son between 2 and 4 on January the 10th, 2015, without talking about anything he said in particular, are you able to tell the jury whether he was anxious or apprehensive about anything?
No, he was just his normal.
Basis. That was Mr. Steele and Mr. Sharp? Or no, Mr. Harvey? I sustain the objection.
Thank you, Judge. Would you describe your son's mood as he spoke with you on January 10th, 2015?
He was the same happy-go-lucky self. I always call and check him as he always did.
All right.
A good son, you know.
In January of 2015, would you tell the jury what kind of your son was involved in? Generally speaking.
Upon me and him talking, and he was kind of what the music industry. Basically, he was just talking about artists that he was just trying to bring into the music industry, just taking all the different.
I sustain the objection.
Did you observe your son working in the field that you're describing for the jury?
I did.
And did that involve working with music artists?
Yes.
Are you familiar with a person by the
Right
name
in
of
front of the camera.
Rayshawn Bennett or Lucci?
Yes, I am.
Oh, she know
How
me.
do you know Lucci, generally speaking?
My son just was talking to me about someone that he was.
That's hearsay.
Basis. I sustain the objection.
We're not offering it, Your Honor.
See how she do?
I'll change it now. I'll rephrase it.
Okay, all right.
No, Judge, you can't. She can't you can't do that. And then she gonna tell you, well, I'm gonna change it. Let her do. Come on, Judge. That's hearsay. Cause she going about what he said. Boy, y'all wonder why then.
Rephrase.
Did your son ever bring Lucci to your house?
Yes.
Did you ever see your son interact with Lucci?
Yes.
Was Lucci one of the artists that your son worked with?
Yes.
I sustain the objection as to form. You can rephrase.
What was the relationship between your son and
Now
Lucci?
why she got
Music.
Are you familiar with a person by the name of Javon Fly Henry as well?
Yes.
Did your son work with that person as well?
Yes.
And with respect to Lucci, what was your son's relationship with Mr. Henry?
I think with the label, I think it's a game.
You think
Is
it's a
Think It's a
game.
Game the label that Mr. Henry owns?
Yes.
I stand the objection.
Who owns Think It's a Game?
Miss Nanny.
And if you would do me a favor and lean into the microphone so that I can hear your voice back here and direct your voice.
And you need to get in the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you personally ever visit Think It's a Game Records?
No, I did not.
Why she think it's
Did
a
you ever
game?
visit 675 Metropolitan Avenue?
No, I did not.
Your grown son told you
And
he
when
was
you
in the
spoke
game?
with your son last on January the 10th, 2015, without talking about anything he said, generally, what were the topics that you all discussed?
If that's all for hearsay, I sustain the objection, Madam. That's my issue.
Who was Chris Markel Bennett?
That was my cousin.
And on January the 10th, 2015, was he alive?
No.
So
Did you
Donovan
speak with your
and
son about him on January 10th, 2015?
how we see a move.
Basis.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't talk about people. That's one thing I don't do, but I give my opinion. But I'm just saying, why is Miss Love in front of this camera? And she know the camera is right there. I want to see this lady. I want to see this man. I just don't know Atlanta. Come on, people. Come on, people. Y'all gotta do better. And come on, cameraman. Can you tell her, excuse me, man, can you stand over talk to the judge and ask her could they stand right there in the middle? Miss Love shouldn't be in front of the camera. Y'all, we don't want to see her. We want to see the witness. Gosh, she right here in front of this camera. Want nobody to see.
As to the hearsay, I didn't ask her anything anyone said. And as to the relevance, that subject and name will come up more than once later on.
I'm gonna sustain. I'm gonna overrule the objection. She said, "Go ahead."
Thank you.
And she have to be like that around on me.
Did you speak with your son about him on January 10th, 2015?
Yes, we spoke.
Do you remember when it was that Chris Markel Bennett died?
Yes, I can't remember the exact month, but the year was 2011.
2000.
And do you remember how he died?
It was homicide.
We know it was homicide, but hey,
When you saw your son's vehicle on January the 9th, 2015, did it have any?
I'm gonna overrule the objection. I think she's just orienting. That's the place, sir.
Did it have any bullet holes in it that you saw?
No, ma'am.
oh my gosh.
And when did you learn, better yet, let me ask you this, what happened to your son? Did he die of natural causes?
No, my son's death was a homicide.
She just said that.
Did he die on January 10th, 2015?
Yeah.
Were you at 330 McDaniel Street on January 10th, 2015?
No, I was home.
How did you find out your son had been harmed?
I received a phone call.
And how did your son die?
What? How did your son die?
Was he shot, stabbed, or something else?
Homicide.
Sustain the objection.
No, she said homicide. She didn't say.
Well, it invites speculation unless she knows.
Thank
Do
you.
you know how your son died?
Yes, he was shot. He was, and it turned out to be a homicide once.
Lady, she just wanted to know how he died. That's all. I know what Miss Love saying.
Did you lay your son to rest?
Why is this about her?
Yes, we did.
When did you bury your son?
It was January 17, 2015.
And did you lay a gravestone over his gravesite?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Did you visit your son's grave after 2015?
Often, yes.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got to move the camera because Miss Love is in the
Your
camera.
son's gravesite.
Yes. I visit him on birthdays, Father Day, and just days in general that I felt I wanted to just go there.
Did your son's gravesite remain as it did when it was first placed in the years following his murder? Was there ever a time where it was vandalized?
Yes, it was vandalized.
Do you remember when that was? Generally speaking, the year.
It was 2019.
And what occasion took you to your son? Did you go to your son's gravesite on that day?
It was Father's Day 2019.
Did you visit your son's gravesite on Father's Day 2019?
Yes, I did.
And when you visited your son's gravesite, what did you find?
Sir,
She just can't
do you
answer.
have any objection? Okay. Yes. All right, it's noted.
You may go ahead and tell the board what we found.
January 19th, it was Father's Day. I drove up to my son's gravesite, and once
Boo, Miss Love. Gosh.
we drove up there, we noticed that the gravesite had been vandalized. And when I got out the car, I wasn't familiar with the word, but some of his other friends were in the word. It was something was spray painted Slatt on his grave, and it was chiseled around the size of.
Why they do his grade like that? Sprayed that on there like that.
When you said January,
It was Father's Day.
you meant 2019?
19, I'm sorry, 2019. Yes. I'm sorry.
No problem. I'm going to show you now what has been marked as Stacy Exhibit 4 Yankee.
That was so mean.
Record, and what has already been shown to the defense.
Now, whoever did that need to be prosecuted.
Photograph labeled Stacy Exhibit 4 Yankee.
So my son's headstone.
And is this a photograph that you provided to the state?
Yes.
And is this a photograph that you or the person you were with took of the gravesite as you found it on Father's Day 2019?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state tender Stacy Exhibit 4 Yankee as that now.
Any further objection, Mr. Shardas, other than what's been noted already? All right, it's, I'm going to admit, state for Yankee over objection, may be published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ain't they sad? Golly, why they come out there? They ain't have nothing else to do but spray that paint on
For
there.
the record, Ms. Edmond, would you please spell out what is written across
Why?
the son's tombstone?
Slatt.
It's, you spell it out.
Spell it out.
Slatt.
And is Stacy Exhibit 4 Yankee a fair and accurate depiction of the gravestone as you found it on Father's Day 2019?
That's sad.
Yes, it is.
Would you tell the jury for the record what color the letters SLATT are written across your son's gravesite?
It's green.
But why they put that?
Before you saw that, did those letters have any significance to you personally?
No, it did not.
Did you ever see your son wearing those letters on any article of clothing that he wore?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever see your son prominently displaying green attire at any particular time?
No, I did not.
And do you know who it was that put SLATT across your child's gravestone?
No, I did not. No, I do not.
That's sad. They had to get in their car, put the gas in the car, and come out there on Donovan Grade and put LATT on there. That is whoever did that,
I'm
prosecute,
going to show you
not
what has
Thugga.
been marked as State's Exhibit 24 Yankee, 25 Yankee, 26 Yankee, 28 Yankee, 30 Yankee, 37 Yankee, and 221 Yankee. It had also previously been shown to the
Let's just make sure that they're the same ones.
Sure can. Okay. These are the ones we have.
Mm-mm.
And while council is looking at them, I'll ask you to look at them as well. If you can look at them and not publish them to the jury, just turn it over as you look at it.
Well, all of them got up, boy. Them bottom had some kind of mental problem doing something like that. Doug had a rough group. Mm-mm. Shouldn't whoever did the crime should do the time. Not a person who knew who he used to be in a group and stuff like that.
24,
Yes.
25 Yankee,
Yes.
26 Yankee,
Yes.
28 Yankee,
Yes.
30 Yankee,
Yes.
37 Yankee,
Yes.
and 221 Yankee.
Yes.
How do you recognize the vehicle depicted in those photographs?
That was my son's vehicle.
Hmm.
And are those fair and accurate reflections of your son's vehicle?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state tender states exhibit 24 Yankees, 25 Yankees, 26 Yankees, 28 Yankees, 30 Yankees, 37 Yankees, and 221 Yankees.
Any objections to the states 24 Yankee, 25 Yankee, 26 Yankee, 28 Yankee, 30 Yankee, 37 Yankee, or 221 Yankee? All right, hearing no objection, they are admitted and may be published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm gonna just leave these up here. So we start off with State's Exhibit 24 Yankee. Publishing to the jury now for the record.
Don't you get in front of this camera.
What are we looking at in State's Exhibit 24 Yankee?
We're looking at my son's truck, his car.
Is that the rear view of your son's vehicle?
Yes, it is.
Is that the same vehicle that he was driving when you last saw him on January the 9th, 2015?
Yes, it is.
And as we look at State's Exhibit 25 Yankee, what are we looking at?
We're looking at my son's vehicle.
At least he had a car.
Is that the license plate for your son's vehicle?
Yes. Yes.
And looking at State's 26 Yankee, what are we looking at?
We're looking at my son's vehicle.
And is that the driver's side of your son's vehicle?
Yes, it is.
And looking at Stacy Exhibit 28 Yankees, is this the passenger side of your son's vehicle? Just one moment.
It's his car, Miss Love.
Yes, it is.
Turning to Stacy Exhibit 30 Yankees. Is that the front passenger side portion of your son's Chevy Tahoe?
Yes, it is.
Now, the last time that you saw him was that front right tire flat.
No, it was not.
Turning to State's Exhibit 37, Yankee. Is that another photo or close-up photo of the driver's side of your son's?
Yes, it is.
Do you recall seeing the defect above the driver's side rear tire on your son's vehicle the last time you saw it?
No, I do not.
And showing you State's Exhibit 221, Yankee. Is that to a driver's side photograph of your son's vehicle?
Yes, it is.
Do you recall seeing the defects in the locations marked by the yellow and the white placards on your son's vehicle the last time that you saw it?
No, I do not.
Mm-mm. Sad.
Are you familiar with a person named Kelvin Watts?
Yes, I am.
How are you familiar with a person by that name?
He's Donovan's brother through, Donovan's older brother and him are biological brothers, but we just brought him in to, he's just like Donovan's brother as well.
Would you tell the jury the name of Donovan's older brother?
Donovan's older brother is Dontavius Thomas.
And is that your son?
That's my son.
And so Dontavius and Kelvin?
No, Kelvin and Marquavius are brothers through different, same father, but different mothers.
Well, what was so hard to
And
say
what
that?
is the relationship of Kelvin and Marquavius?
They're biological brothers.
Do they have the same mom?
They have the same mom, yes.
All right. So when you said that Donovan and Kelvin are brothers,
They're, I'm trying to tell you what word it, they're,
Play brother.
do they have biological?
they don't have, no, they don't share the same blood, no.
They just play brothers.
But do their brothers, Donovan's brother?
Let's not just stay on that. They play brothers.
Marquavius share the same father.
Yeah.
No, just Marquavius
And Donovan.
and, Kelvin. Share the
Calvin.
same
Okay.
father.
Donovan and Calvin.
No, they don't share. Oh my God, give me a second.
I thought you said
Marquavius
And
and Kelvin shares the same mother.
mother. Okay.
And Marquavius and Dontavius.
Share the same father.
Father. Why was it so hard to say that?
Did Kelvin go by the name Kelvin? Did you call him Kelvin?
No, I just called him Kel.
Did you ever know him to be called Shell Kel?
No, not me personally, no.
Did you see Kelvin Watts at your house? Did he
Yes.
visit your home?
Yeah, he was my home. Yes.
And what was the nature of the relationship between him and Donovan? Were they friendly? Were they distant?
It's all brotherly when, I'm sorry.
I stand
Oh, okay. Yes, I'll ask him.
Good job, Miss
Did you
Love.
ever see your son Donovan interacting with Kelvin Watts?
Yes.
How often?
Often when we were at my house, basically together, it was like, family events, family functions, and he was always there with them.
How long have you known Kelvin Watts?
Back in the camera. Miss Love, you gotta do better than this now. This is not professional now.
For quite some time now, because it's been
I don't want
maybe about 12, 13 years.
Can't even say nothing. I'm not gonna put it on her
And
back.
how did you first meet Kelvin Lawrence?
I met, I met Kevin through his brother, Marquavius. When Marquavius started coming over to my house, we allowed Kevin to come over as well.
And what year approximately did Marquavius start coming over to your house?
I would say early childhood. They were about 8 years old, so they grew up together. So yeah, they were 90s, 90, early 90s, late 90s, somewhere around in there.
And during that time, did Donovan grow up with Kelvin as well?
Yeah, they all grew up together.
So are you able to now tell the jury the nature of the relationship between your son Donovan Thomas and Kelvin Thomas?
You just
Were
told
they
me.
friendly?
They're like brothers.
She just told you
They're like
that.
brothers.
You need to stay out in front. Come on, Miss.
Did Marquavius Curtis, did he have a nickname?
Greedy.
What Grady mean?
And you said earlier something with respect to Rayshawn Bennett. How often would you say that Rayshawn Bennett has come?
Maybe twice that I remember.
And who was it that accompanied him, if anyone, when he came to your house? That is, when Rayshawn Bennett came to your house.
My son died in Thomas.
Do you remember the year that Rayshawn Bennett or Lucci first visited your home with your son Donovan?
It was around 2014, the summer. 2014.
And do you remember the last time that Rayshawn Bennett or Lucci visited your home with your son?
No,
Year?
I don't. I do not.
Yes or no, are you familiar with the man, the name Jeffrey Williams?
Yes.
Has Jeffrey Williams ever come to your home with your son?
No.
Come on, me love. You messing up my thing, honey. I'm trying to show my people the witness.
What happened to your son's Chevy Tahoe after his death?
It was impounded.
Did you ever see it again?
Yes, we kept it for a while, yes.
And did you take note of bullet holes in his vehicle at the time that you took possession of it?
Yes, we refurbished it and it was repaired and we painted it black.
Was there one, two, or more than that bullet holes in your son's?
Wow.
It was several.
Whew.
Did you ever hear any music that referenced rounds in a Tahoe that caused you concern?
Yes.
How did you come about hearing music referencing rounds in a Tahoe?
Now, the witness, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Ms. Edmond. Maybe a little difficult, but did you know whether or not your son was involved in the game while he was alive?
I can't hear Miss Love.
Do you know what game?
Why she can't get in front of the mic? Y'all gotta do better than
Do you
this.
know, generally speaking, what type of game?
I just know it was the blood gang. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know your
When
son
did
in the
you
blood
learn that
game?
your son was involved in this work?
Jesus. Good question.
I'm a mother. I just kind of knew something was different, and something came to me, and I asked him. He was open with me, and that's how it went from there.
Do you remember around what year that was? Or how old he was? Approximately.
I do not.
13,
Was it
14.
before 2015?
Yes, it was before 2015.
While your son was alive, did you ever see him wearing any articles of clothing with the letters ABG on it?
Yes, I did.
Did you know what ABG stood for?
I did not.
Did you have an idea? Did you?
I asked him. I'm sorry.
It seemed like to me Donovan, his cousin, uh, Play Brothers, and all of them ran together. All them, they could have been one of them did that. You don't know who did this. No obligation, whatever.
Hold on.
How rephrase that?
I'll sustain this.
What did you understand ABG to stand for?
Foundation, speculation.
She said she saw.
I'm gonna overrule the objections on.
What did you understand?
Hold on, Mr. Matthews.
God, so mean, Miss Love.
What did you understand it to stand for?
I was told all about God.
Unless you.
I'm sorry.
No, madam, you cannot testify.
And Your Honor, I'm going to, if the court will allow me to ask a follow-up question, I think it will. Your Honor, may I approach? Unless,
I'm gonna instruct the jury to disregard the witness's last statement. You can rephrase, madam.
thank you.
She doing good, but
Did you
she's
come to later understand ABG to have a different meaning than what you originally were led to believe?
Yes, I did.
And whatever you were led to believe is still for at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get that understanding from?
My son,
Donovan
Thomas, yes.
Okay. What about the letters IF? Did you ever see your son wearing any articles of clothing depicting the letters IF?
I saw t-shirts that he had made.
Okay.
oh, Mama know the whole thing.
Were you given an understanding about what IF stood for as well? No, we're not offering for the truth.
I'll overrule the objection, Mr. Matthews. Overrule, Mr. Steele.
Were you given an understanding about what IF stood for as well by your?
The form of the question is improper. You
I'll
can
rephrase
rephrase it.
What did you understand IF to stand for or to mean?
If I can make a difference.
Did you get a different understanding after your son died?
Yes, I did.
Do you have an objection, Mr. Sharp?
Oh,
Her last answer or the witness's last answer?
yes.
Hold on.
I don't know why you got to stand in front of that
Question was,
camera.
did you get a different understanding after your son died? Answer, yes, I did.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
There was, the question before that was an improper question, which the court went ahead and I interjected myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
After that was, what did you understand IF stand for or to mean? Answer was, if I can make a difference.
Thank you.
All right.
Do you remember the colors of the clothing that your son wore with the letters ABG on it?
They were, I can't quite remember. I think it was just a t-shirt.
Okay. Did your son display an affinity for the color of red?
Yes.
And did he wear the color red any more frequently than he wore any other colors, or did he just wear them?
No, he did not.
Do you know whether your son ever visited a place called Club Crucial?
Yes.
How do you know?
That was the when I found out he threw a big birthday party there.
Did you ever have access to your son's Instagram account?
I did.
What? You on it is?
Observe him at
Oh
Club
yeah, I
Crucial?
got my son
Yes, I did.
Instagram account.
What are you doing when you observe him at Club Crucial?
Having a party.
Okay. Do you know what status or rank or anything like that that your son held in the gang that he was affiliated with?
No, I did not.
Did you learn anything about that after his passing?
Yes, I did.
Did your son bring gang stuff, if you will, into your house or around you?
No, he did not. No.
Do you know whether any members of your son's gang attended his funeral?
It was people were there. I don't know who. Just people. It was a large service, so I'm not for sure. Who was there.
How large was the service?
It was very large service.
Was there any, were there any conflicts whatsoever at your son's service?
No.
Got to get back in that mic. Get in the mic. Miss Love, so I can hear you.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Diamante Kendrick?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Marco Lucio?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Marvius Nichols?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Rodelius Ryan?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Shannon Silva?
No, not to my knowledge.
What about Shannon Jackson?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Kenneth Copeland?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Darius Zachary?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Antonio Slatt?
No, not to my knowledge. No.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Antonio Sumner?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your
Come
home
on
by
now.
the name of Khalid Ashton?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Demetrion Garland?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Jimmy Winter?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Walter Murphy?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Trontavious?
No, not to my knowledge.
Thank you, just one moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, Miss Love, you on it now, girl. You getting them now. You did pretty good that time now. I see a little change in you. The witness kind of has
Martinez
to.
Arnold, did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Martinez Arnold?
No, not to my knowledge.
Jaden Knight,
No, not to my knowledge.
and where is name?
No, not to my knowledge.
Thank you. Thank you, that's all I have.
Cross.
Here we go.
Anyone?
Y'all be respectful to her.
All right, Mr. Sharp.
That's Donovan mother, y'all. Donovan name came up in a couple of things. Couple of times in this case.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
You testified about your son's gravesite.
Yes,
Is that in Atlanta?
yes,
Okay. Yes, sir. And you took a picture?
yes. Me and several people took a picture.
Okay. And I was a bit confused. You said that picture was taken in 2019?
Yeah, my knowledge, 2019, yes. That was Father's Day.
Father's Day 2019.
2019, yes.
Okay. Did you report what happened to your son's gravestone to the police? or the district attorney's office?
You know, we reported it to the Lincoln Cemetery where the grave site, and they did the investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't call out any officials.
Do you know how the district attorney's office obtained the picture?
I do not.
Okay. Do you know if anyone was ever charged or arrested for that incident?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay, thank you.
Because you got to know who did
Any
it.
further examination, Mr. Steele?
They don't know who did that. Folks so mean. That was so mean. I hope whoever did that to her son, Gray, shot him.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Go to
My
jail.
deepest sympathy.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
I'd like to show you, with the court's permission, Mr. Williams' exhibit number 13. It'll
Yes.
pop up on a screen next to you.
Okay.
Your Honor, is that okay? It's already in evidence.
Yes, sir.
Can you make that a little larger, if it's possible? Ma'am, do you see what has been marked and entered into evidence as Mr. Williams number 13 to your left?
Yes.
Okay, and is that your child in the white shirt?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And do you know the person that your child is with in that picture?
Yes.
And tell the ladies and gentlemen, jury, who that is.
That's Jeffrey Williams.
And do you know, you see on the top it says big business underscore entertainment or ENT underscore nut?
Yes.
And who, do you recognize that Instagram handle?
Yes, that was my son's Instagram.
Yep, nut.
And underneath it, if Mr. Kokomo can just scroll down. Did you see this Instagram posting when it came out, if you remember?
I seen that posting after his passing.
Okay. And that says, me and little bra, you see that?
Yes, I do.
Do you know whose home that picture was taken?
No, I
Or
don't.
it may not be a home. Do you know who the location of that picture?
No, I do not.
All right. I'd like to show you two exhibits. God bless you. I'd like to show you two exhibits with the court's permission.
Okay.
And your permission. Mr. Kokomo is going to approach you.
Okay.
It is Mr. Williams number 30 and 33. It was given to you in October 2023.
See, y'all,
No.
they wants to blame Young Thug. You can't put all
It's already
that
been marked
on
to
him.
you previously.
That's the
You have seen it,
nuts.
but it's going to be
Food.
shown to you again. I said it's going to be shown to you again.
Okay, have Mr. Kokomo approach the state and let the state look at Mr. Williams 30 and 33.
She doing good. Your son gonna be proud of you, standing up for him, holding up for him. But why they putting it on Young Thug instead of on the one who did it? It don't matter. It's just like putting everything on your mama when your children did something wrong. You'll blame the mom, and they don't think their kid would do something like that. So they can't blame all this crime on the Thug. 65 indicted, and then he charged for 5 of them.
You have that already marked.
Your Honor, state has an objection to state defendant Williams exhibit number 30 and defendant Williams exhibit number 33. Is that with one small exception.
Yes.
Y'all go on up there. Miss Love already up there. Now y'all hanging. Come on, men. Get yourself together now. She already up there. And y'all ain't got up there yet. Y'all got to go up there when they get ready to go up there. Y'all like they're talking that way. You ain't So slow. But them my boys, y'all. I'm sorry, but y'all, they got come on now. Hey, Thug. Yeah, boys. I mean, but I don't think they should put all this crime on him just because these knucklehead did something wrong. Like I said, it's just like your child acting up in school and get suspended, and they calling y'all. And y'all don't know y'all children did nothing like that. Either police bringing your child home for something, they gonna blame you. They gonna lock you up for a crime that your child committed. That's not fair. Whoever did that to her son need to go to jail and stay in there. It is what it is. Let's keep it real. Well, I see a good change in Miss Love, y'all. I see her since he been talking about her demeanor and her professionalism. I think she doing real good. So thus far now, thus far she doing pretty good. Even with her attachment, attacking the I think she acting more like a lawyer attorney now. So it could have been at that time she could have had some rough days and bad days. Y'all know how that is. You know, we have good days, bad days. Long stay professional. I'm good with it. And it can be a learning process for all of them since it's a Rico. It can be quite confusing. Hey, Miss Steel. That lady making all the money. All right, y'all. Let me see what they doing. Let me skip a little bit. I bet they took a break. How y'all doing out there? I want to hear y'all opinion about the case. Don't disregard what I think, cause I'm a different thinker, and I can say something. I can change it anytime I want to. What he over there doing? Charging his phone up? I found I love myself. That's okay. What's going on? I'm skipping it, y'all. And sometimes when it's women working against men, y'all, women sometimes have to show they mess. What's it called? The messiness. What? I'm trying to find out the right word around men. So I think that's why Miss Love sometimes get upset, y'all, because I noticed that working with other coaches, male coaches, they kind of act different than they treat the women kind of a little different. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But you got to be strong, and I think she's doing a good job. She's trying to do good. I got to get credit, but when they step out of place, guess what I'm gonna do? Step back on them. But other than that, I think Miss Love has made a tremendous change in her professionalism, but she's got to remember she is an attorney. But when she get on my nerve, I'm gonna tell you.
All right, thank you, Sergeant Ingram. All right, Mr. Steele, whenever you're ready, sir.
Ma'am, I'd like to show you, or Your Honor, I'll move for the admission of Mr. Williams number 30 as well as 33.
Your Honor, I ask that the foundation be established through the witness.
Sir, you can ask some foundation.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, may Ms. Edmond, may Mr. Kokomo approach you with the court's permission and show you a couple of documents?
Yes.
Thank you. He's going to show you first, Mr. Williams exhibit number 30.
Okay.
And then when you're done looking at that, if you recognize it, just let us know.
Okay.
And then if you look at the next one, which is going to be Mr. Williams exhibit number 33, okay?
How you doing?
Hey, Mr. Cocoboco, whatever your name is. Little cute little young thing. Kokomo.
Your question is, are you asking me do I recognize those pictures?
Yes, and yes, that is the question.
I mean, yes, I've seen those pictures before.
Okay, and that's for both of them. I'm just formal, so Mr. Williams number 30, and then Mr. Williams number 33. That's what you said. Yes, you're familiar with them. You've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen them before, yes.
Your Honor, now I move for the admission again. Mr. Williams number 30 and 33.
Any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Subject to the court's earlier rulings, Williams 30 and 33 are admitted.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Then they will come up to your left again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And this is the first one on the screen. You see, it says exhibit 30?
Yes.
Okay. And if Mr. Kokomo can just blow this up a little bit. Do you recognize again the big business _ entertainment _ nut?
Yes.
And that's your son's Instagram account or
Yes.
social media account?
Yes.
All right. And then in this one, do you recognize the picture at the top? Do you know who that young man is?
Yes.
That
And who is
Thugga.
that?
Jeffrey Williams.
And then do you recognize in the center picture who that person is in the white?
Yes, I think that's the artist Birdman.
Okay. And then next to him, and it's also the bottom, so it's in the center, a young female. You see the person in the center, and then again on the bottom, you know who that is? You recognize who that
I
is?
do not.
All right. Do you see the writings on it where it says presents Rich Gang and YMCMB Flashy Lifestyle Episode 5 featuring Thugga and Paris Hilton?
I see it, yes.
Okay. And if we go down, is it fair to say that that reflects an August 9th, 2014 posting date or date on the image?
Yes.
All right. If we can go to Mr. Williams number 33. And then this is number 33 you just saw, and then I'm going to ask Mr. Kokomo to just blow it up.
I'm gonna tell y'all what he doing when he finished.
And do you see again and recognize that that's your son's social media account posting?
Yes.
Thug
And
went
then
around
this
them when they
one,
did them
The
crimes.
gentleman on the left, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
And who is that?
That's Jeffrey Williams.
And the gentleman to the right, do you recognize who that is?
Yes. Artist Birdman.
Oh, you want to call
And
him
it says,
Birdman, but you don't want to call him
CNYSL
Thug. Young
Entertainment and Club
Thug.
Crucial present Young Thug celebrity birthday celebration. You see that?
Yes, I do.
And then underneath it, it's a little distorted, so I don't want to, if you could read it, that's fine, but I don't want to say something. You see what that says underneath it?
Underneath celebrity birthday celebration?
Yeah, can you make that out?
No, I can't.
All right, and then it says the performer or entertainer Birdman,
Yes.
and then it's Thursday, August 14th, Thursday, August 14th at Club Crucial, and then it gives the address, fair to say?
That's correct.
And then at the bottom of your child's posting, you see that August 12th, 2014?
Yes.
Did you know Jeffrey Williams' birth date is August 16th, 2000?
Objection, Your Honor, to facts not in evidence.
It has come into evidence already, Your Honor.
Objection.
His date of birth has come into evidence.
Any objection, sir?
Do you know when Jeffrey Williams' birthday is?
I do not.
All right, I'd like to show you.
You doing what you
with the
do,
court's
Miss
permission,
Love.
Mr. Williams' exhibit number
He do his do. Y'all do the same thing.
222B. It's already in evidence. Your Honor, may I display this again?
You may, sir.
And once it's ready to play, this is a item that's already in evidence. It'll pop up again, same place, and if you could just watch it, and we're going to play, we can play the whole thing, but I was going to play the first 20 seconds, okay?
Excuse me, I'm sorry, what is the objection? Could we identify or at least
It's the freestyle video that's been entered into evidence already, Your Honor. It's a music video.
Hold on. Ms. Weaver?
Be on it, Miss Love.
22B.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, she may publish it.
Thank you. So, ma'am,
Yes.
and if you need to see the whole thing, just say, hey, I'd like to see more. There's no problem. But I was focused on the first 20 seconds. So I was going to ask Mr. Kokum to stop it at that point because the jurors already saw it. But if you need to see it, it's no problem. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And here it is. It's to your left again. Do you
Son.
recognize that gentleman to you in the picture in the white shirt?
Yes, it's my son.
Okay. And do you know who he's handshaking?
Yes, that's the artist Rich Homie Quan.
Okay. And then, are you familiar with this song or this video?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Were you aware, and the jurors already saw it, you aware Jeffrey Williams performs in this video? And if you don't, just say I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen it, yes.
Okay. You're aware of that? You
Yes.
saw him in the video.
Yes.
And the date of this video?
I object as to vagueness, the date of.
Let me show you what's already in
I'm
evidence.
gonna sustain the objection.
Okay, let me show you what's already in evidence. It's in evidence, Your Honor.
I'd ask that he identify what exhibit
Yeah,
he's talking about.
that's what I was gonna ask you to do, Mr. Steele. Just
Sure.
identify whatever exhibit.
Okay, it's 222B, Mr. Williams.
I thought we about to party.
Your Honor, I'll move on.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Greedy? You know who you identified as Greedy earlier?
Yes.
And Greedy to you, just remind the jurors.
That's my son, Donovan Thomas's brother.
And were you aware that Greedy was also in a music video with Jeffrey?
No, I was not. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to
Mr.
show
Steele.
you, with your permission, with the court's permission, of course, but I'm going to show you a photograph, an image. Would you take a look at that with the court permits?
Sure.
All right. Mr. Kokomo?
Mr.
Approach your computer,
Kokomo.
if you don't mind. Hi, this is Mr. Williams, exhibit number 22A
22.
at time 3:19.
Yeah, put on your dancing shoes.
Show it to the state first, okay? Thanks.
Well, both y'all cover y'all
What's
mouth.
going on? Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Did you and your child live in the same home separately in,
Separate, but my home was his home. So, yeah.
of course?
It's her son. That's
When
her
did he,
baby.
move out on his own, if you can remember?
Like I said, my door was always open, so he never not was able to be there. So it was a revolving door with him.
Okay, let me ask you a better way.
Okay.
Understanding that
He's
he's always welcome and lives in your home,
Right.
he's your child. When did he secure another place to live as best you can remember?
I can't say exactly when he officially moved out.
That's fine. All right. Your Honor, can Mr. Kokomo approach Ms. Edmond with her permission, of course?
Sure.
Jerry, showing us the state.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at Mr. Kokomo.
Do you
Kokomo.
recognize what Mr. Kokomo just showed you, which, for the record, is Mr. Williams' exhibit number 22A, and it's frozen at 3:19.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, and how have you seen that before?
I haven't seen it. I recognize the person in the video, but I haven't seen the video.
Okay, and does the people in the video, do you recognize who they both are, or the people?
Yes, I did.
All right. Your Honor, I'm going to move for the admission of the whole thing, but later with a different witness. But for 319, that frozen part, right now, Mr. Williams, number 22A, to display to the jury.
So basically, it's the photo at that point in time.
It'll be like a screenshot of that 319.
After this, that y'all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back later. No, I'm gonna go and get it over with.
Mr. Williams, 22A, Screenshot is admitted and may be published as you see fit.
And can I call that exhibit, Your Honor, 22A screenshot? So that'd be like the name, or 22AA?
I'm just gonna do 22 alpha.
Okay,
Screenshot.
thank you. It's going to come up again on your screen, okay?
I'm so asleep. I don't know why I'm sleeping so much. Come on, Mr.
Well,
Kokomo.
it's coming up, of that music video, that screenshot. Were you aware what date that was made?
No.
Okay. All right, and then just tell the jury, if you could orient them, tell them who you see in this 319, or excuse me, let me do it a different way. Mr. Williams, number 22A screenshot.
You want me to identify the persons in there? The one on my right, with the, red lettering in the front, that's, Donovan's brother, Greedy.
Do you know
Oh,
what that red lettering says?
Looks like it says decent bird game.
Okay.
And the gentleman in the, middle, is Jeffrey Williams.
And do you recognize by any chance the person to the, basically behind a little bit, but to, I think it'd be your left?
I do not.
That's fine. Again, my deepest sympathy.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
I give her my
Any further
deepest sympathy
examination?
too.
Defense examination?
And
All right.
they need to be locked up, whoever did it.
Ms. Edmond, you were asked by Mr. Steele about some pictures of your son with the defendant Jeffrey Williams. Did you see defendant Jeffrey Williams at your son's funeral?
No, I did not.
And
Rob couldn't come.
you were asked about a video with your son and defendant Jeffrey Williams. Did you see your son with Jeffrey Williams after December of 2014?
No, I did not.
You were shown a picture of Marquavius Curtis in a screenshot from a video with defendant Jeffrey Williams. Do you know about conflict between Marquavius Curtis and members of a group called YSL after January of 2015?
I heard the things that was just going on, you know.
I sustain the objection.
To your knowledge, was Marquavius Curtis cordial with Jeffrey Williams or any other members of YSL post January 10th, 2015?
Not to my knowledge.
I'll sustain the objection, sir.
Was Marquavius Curtis cordial with Jeffrey Williams post January 10th, 2015?
I sustain the objection.
Come on, Miss Lug, you were doing good now.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Jeffrey Williams after January 10th, 2015?
No, I did not.
Excuse me, y'all.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Martinez Arnold after January 10th, 2015? That's what it should serve.
I'll overrule the objection.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Martinez Arnold after January 10th, 2015?
No, I did not.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Diamante Kendrick after January 10th, 2015?
No, I did not.
Just one second.
Oh, y'all, excuse me, I'm just, well, I like to feel asleep.
And recross. Counsels for defense. All right. May Ms. Edmond be permanently temporarily excused the witness.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Edmond, I'm going to permanently excuse your witness. Thank you for being with us today and for your
My
patience.
condolences, baby.
Please
Stay
don't
strong.
discuss your testimony with anybody except the attorneys in this case, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, madam.
Son, love you for doing what you did. She held up good. And Miss Love did a good job today, y'all, in presenting this. Presented the witness. I'm gonna have to give it to her. But if they need to stop standing in front of the camera, that's all. Stand somewhere else.
All right, state call your next witness.
At this time, Your Honor, state calls to the stand investigator Deanna Smith.
All right, summon investigator Smith, please.
All right, Mr. Smith. Now, you come on in there, don't start and tell the truth.
Investigator Smith, good afternoon, sir. Sir, if you would please approach the witness stand. Once you get there, before you sit down, if you'd be so kind to turn and face Sergeant Ingram, be sworn as a witness.
Raise my hand. Swear firm testimony you will the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Don't you stand in front of that camera. Don't stand in front of that camera.
Barrinmith.
Good afternoon, Investigator Smith.
Good afternoon.
Are you employed?
Yes, I am.
Where are you employed?
The City of Atlanta Police Department,
How long have you been with the city of Atlanta?
19 years this past January.
Okay.
And, is that where you began your law enforcement career?
No, I grew up in Maine, and I worked for a small law enforcement agency up there for almost 5 years before coming to Atlanta.
So what year did you begin your law enforcement?
1999.
And,
Yeah.
what rank did you reach at the police department in Maine prior to you coming there?
I was just a patrol officer when I left.
And, what's your official title at the Atlanta Police Department?
I'm a police investigator or a detective.
And, what are some of your duties and responsibilities in your current role?
Currently, I'm assigned to our Office of Professional Standards in our Internal Affairs Unit within the City of Atlanta Police Department. Right now, I investigate any allegations that any citizen may make against an Atlanta police officer during any type of interaction with them. I investigate use of force complaints.
Okay, let me speak
officer
to
involved
life
shootings,
history.
and custody deaths that are.
30 McDaniel Street Southwest.
Well, at the time in 2015, it was a barbershop.
And was it daytime or nighttime when you went out for that call on January 10, 2015?
It was night because it was dark.
And can you describe for the jurors what you recall seeing, if anything, upon your arrival to that location?
Well, when I first got there, I parked on the, hard to describe, on the west side is North Side Drive, and then McDaniel Street runs east and west and intersects with Peter Street. I came in and parked on that eastern corner, I guess, and got out, kind of walked into the direction where they had crime scene up. Patrol cars were there that had secured the initial incident location, and I just kind of stood there for a minute and just kind of observed and see what's out there before I would even enter that. From a distance, I could see there were two vehicles parked in the parking lot at 330 McDaniel Street. There's another vehicle in the westbound lane of McDaniel Street. Initially, that's kind of what I saw. And the closer I got, the more I realized that some of these vehicles appear to have been, I guess what we call some defects, have been involved in some type of interaction or appeared that they had been shot, and there was some ballistic evidence that we could initially see when we first got there.
Okay, so I want to ask you a few questions on that. But before we do, I want to ask you, what does it mean for a crime scene to be secured?
Usually, in most cases, we like to see two types of scenes that are secure, an inner perimeter and an outer perimeter. In most cases, this scene was so fairly wide, we had a fairly good outer perimeter. There wasn't really a need for an inner perimeter because it was stretched out over such a long area. Usually, in this case, patrol cars were on the east and the west side. McDaniel Street, blocking off so there's no traffic flow, rerouting traffic so the investigators could have some space to work. And North Side Drive was the west side. There were patrol cars down there. There's a Texas gas station right on the corner. There was a patrol car station there as well. What we want to do is make sure nobody comes in and enters the scene. It does happen sometimes. In my experience, family members will show up and they'll see their loved one, they'll try to run into the scene. So we try to make sure that nobody can come in on there. And so there's yellow tape everywhere, caution tape, patrol cars, and usually there's somebody taking names down of anybody that comes in, enters, and leaves the secure crime scene for us.
And why would you want anyone to come into the crime scene at that time?
We don't want anything disturbed. We want to look at it as is. We don't want somebody to come in there and pick up a piece of evidence and run off of it. We don't want someone to kick some some ballistic evidence. We don't want someone to drive off with a vehicle that was involved.
And you indicated earlier, a few moments ago, that you said someone would take names. Why would anyone take names?
Crime scene log is important. We need to know who comes in and out of a crime scene. A lot of times that is if we need to do follow-ups. So if the initial beat officer gets there and there's 2 or 3 people that are there, they may be witnesses. So we're trying to write down their information because they may disappear or leave before we can get there and have a word with them. EMS staff, it's important to know who is in the crime scene. So if there's a particular area where there's some what we call medical debris, where they tried to help somebody, we can explain why that's there, because this was the paramedic, this was the fire department.
And when you arrived to the crime scene located at 330 McDaniel Street Southwest on January 10, 2015, was it in fact secure?
Yes, it was.
What role, if any, did you have at that time when you arrived to the crime scene? What was your responsibility?
Initially, it was to try to get a preliminary investigation of kind of what occurred down there. The lead detective was en route to the location. I don't know if he was off that day or he was out working something else, but we had to wait for him to get there a little bit. And as a primary role, as the responding investigator, you just want to gather as much information as you can, come up with a plan on what you want to do next. Who do we need to assign tasks to? Crime scene processing, witness, canvases, somebody looking for video information, and then the lead detective, if somebody needs to go.
And already shared the discovery process, and Your Honor, for being said, I am sharing a distilled PowerPoint containing these same exhibits therein for defense counsel.
You can go on up there later if you want to go up there. You ain't got to sit down. Y'all later better stand up and represent. You ain't got to sit down, honey. Get on up there like she did. Like she just did. Go on. Look at the lady standing in the back. Y'all better get up and go see what's going on.
The only exclusions to those numbers were those admitted already. Just for the record. And just a brief note, you know. Yes, sir.
Oh, they ain't said nothing.
In front of you.
This would be a report from the crime scene steward.
And what is the crime scene record?
anytime a crime scene technician goes out to process a crime scene, or anytime they're called, then they get called for anything in our city, from a burglary to a robbery to a theft, serious injury accidents. Unfortunately, one patrol car runs into another. They come out for that. They document everything, and at the time, this is the reporting system that they use to enter the evidence that was collected in the call that they responded to, to log the photos, to log the evidence, to log everything that they did. It's a lot like a police report, but it's a report for crime scene technicians to complete.
And was the crime scene record, well, let me ask this question. Are crime scene records kept for every set of photos taken at the direction of a crime scene investigator such as yourself?
They should be, yes.
And are crime scene records kept in the normal course of business for APD for crime scene what we've described so far?
Yes.
And are crime scene records made at or near the time that crime scene photos are taken, as in this particular case?
Yes.
And are you familiar with the means by which crime scene records are kept at APD?
Well, there's two systems, the old system, which is this one, and then we have a newer system. So they're kept electronically in this case.
Okay. How are they kept in the old system?
Well, they're all electronically. It's just a different program that we're using. We've changed reporting systems on how evidence gets put in. This was an old system compared to the new system.
Great
And
question.
does the state
Prosecutor.
285 Yankee accurately describe the photos that were taken by yourself and Investigator Stewart on January 10, 2015 at the crime scene of 330 McDaniel Street, Southwest Atlanta, New York?
Yes, it does.
And Your Honor, at this time, the city now moves to this.
That's where Donovan got shot, y'all. Known as Nut. McDaniel.
Any objection to states 285 Yankee
Yes, Your Honor.
basis?
Hearsay, there's a narrative report included in 285
I see
from
it,
a
please.
non-testifying witness, and I don't believe that should be admitted. I believe it's the third to the last page.
I'm sorry, it's the what?
Third to the last page.
Okay, fine.
Your Honor.
Okay, can you give me a look at it first?
They're in a hurry, y'all. Gotta be patient too. Shout out to all my subscribers now. All my hard workers. All my new subscribers. All the subscribing with day one. Hey, y'all need to join the channel now. We need to get some people to join the channel. I took the money down to $2.99. At least I'm not asking y'all for money and stuff like that. But please take the opportunity. I appreciate it. And join the channel. Okay? I ain't the best, but I'm somebody. And also congratulations to the 2024 graduates from different levels, elementary, middle, and high school, and kindergartners. And welcome to the pre-Ks and the parents. Let's give the parents some credit. The brothers and the sisters and the grandmamas and everybody, okay? All right, y'all. So how y'all think it's going on with the Rico? What y'all think about it? See, with the Rico, they're going to jump from here to there, from there to here. So it's going to be kind of hard to keep up if you haven't been keeping up. We're on day 80. What I'm going to do, I'm kind of skip a little bit. So y'all won't have to wait. Okay, they took a break. Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to United States and shout out to the people from other countries. Yeah, we had a young lady from Kennesaw was shot and killed unalive. Let's pray for her family, give a condolences to them, and sad. Wait, let me skip this now. I'm like that detective now. What we waiting on? You ain't got
Until
out.
5 or thereabouts, okay? All right. Any questions of me? Okay, unless you have anything, then
all right, y'all. So we're gonna
we will
start
see
right there
you
for the
all on
day.
Tuesday,
And start tomorrow with the day 81. And like I said, I want to thank those who've been sticking with me from this trial from day one. Pick up on what's going on. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Just pick up, focus on what I'm showing you. Okay, so you can make your own decision and be knowledgeable of what's going on. They are trying to do in this case. It was 63 indictment. I may have the number right, wrong. Y'all stop challenging me and trying to look out for me. It's not for one of me, but I think it was 63 indictments. But he was charged with 5 of them. But we here today due to the fact that he might not even have nothing to do with it, and thus far it's the other people that had something to do with and spend time in jail for the crime. So they trying to say that Young Thug called the shots. But let me tell y'all this before y'all say, yeah, Young Thug, you can say what you want to say. But what y'all got to look at is what would you do if your child go out there and do something wrong, shoot somebody and kill somebody, and they blame it on you. You get locked up for it. That's what they did to that boy down in what was it? Not Oklahoma, somewhere. Anyway, he did this crime, and they put the charges on the parents, and there were reasonable reasons why they put it on the parents. So y'all got that because it's like I'm going in the store with you, I'm with you, but you didn't tell me to do it, but I did it because I wanted to. Now, Young Thug was careless. Now, I can say he was young at that time. I think he was careless and he was a nerd and he was trying to be this. You know how some people not even a street person, but they want to be a street person? That's the way it seemed like to me. And then, and the guys, them guys in the courtroom, I know they older now, but mentally they was in another place. You know what I mean? Mentally they was in another place. Physically they was in another place and trying to build a family out at the same time, but getting in trouble on on substances, different kind of substances, and it brought them down in life. So mostly times during that time when Young Thug was around, we had gangs. We had gangs for a long time. But I don't understand how they call it criminal street crimes. I think all anytime you involve yourself in in a gang, which they can't say they not one a gang. I don't understand why they trying. I don't think he's saying that he's not a gang. He is a gang. They was a gang. They was a gang. When you in a gang, you do crime, you do sex, you do money, you do everything. All of that plays a part, uh, and then you try to hold a job. So it is what it is. Y'all know what time it is, but I'm telling you what, Donovan allegedly was no good boy himself. Okay, and Slatt came up green on his grade. I don't know who would be do something mean like that, and they boy he already unalive. But you walked over there on Father. I don't know when you did it, but when she come, y'all knew Father Day was coming up, and then you gonna put capital Slatt on his grave. I think that person should be prosecuted. But you just can't say that Young Thugger did it. Told somebody to do that. Why would he tell somebody to go do that? He didn't have to go to that funeral. He don't want to. It's a lot of time I didn't go to a funeral because I had to work. I had something to do. I can't make it. People can't be there and be there at the same time. And a lot of dates that they keep trying to say that Thug is involved in, he was performing. He was performing at that time. That's why they showed the mama the date when he was over there. The dates are very important. I like what Mr. Steele is doing, and I do want to give commend Miss Love on trying to step up. I see professionalism in her now. I knew she had this in her. I just didn't understand why she wasn't using it. But other than that, y'all, I think everything went all right today. Uh, it's a lot thing that we all need to be working on. Now the cameraman, I don't know if he got the camera in a good place, set up in a good place, or should he move it on the other side, or what is it? But they don't need to stand in front of the camera. Not disrespect. I hate that I couldn't show y'all the witnesses all the way through, and I apologize for that. So just because I'm apologizing, I'm telling y'all I had to move the camera back from side to side and all that. It's gonna be some motion. Okay, I love y'all, and I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay. Peace. I want to hear your opinion on this Rico case. They ate it tomorrow. They ate it. What? Out of here.